watching, guys? It's your boy Uncle B with another episode of Uncle B's podcast. Now, guys, Nigerians have been coming to my channel and complaining. Now, you guys watched the video where I'm talking about Chinese and everything else they're about to do in Africa and what they did in Chad. And I've warned you guys and I told you that Nigerians are not to be trusted. Now, every time I talk, Nigerians come to my channel and they attack me. So sometimes I choose not to talk, just eat my food and let them talk to themselves. I'm not going to eat my food, but I will definitely allow them to expose themselves.
You know, I recently got back from Nigeria, right? If you, goodness gracious, if you're feeling nostalgic, and this is done by what we see on Instagram. And like I said, I mute so many people on Instagram now because they give us false representation of Nigeria, which is not true. So I was telling my wife, I said, let's go back to Nigeria. It seems all is well. So my wife said, well, if you want to drag me, I'm not going there with you. Whatever you want to do, you can go. And I told my team as well, I said, I want to come back to Nigeria. My team said, sir, the reason why you are thinking straight is because you are not here. When you get here, your brain, I said, these guys are lying. Then I wanted to do like 2 weeks, do some podcasts and look at some property. So let's go to Nigeria. I went there. Nobody told me. I was there. The third day I got there, I said, I can't live. No, I can't live here again. Why? Because of the infrastructure. You're going to pay for internet. It's not going to work. You pay for light. You won't see it.
I'm not the one talking, guys. Nigerians, when you come to the comments, remember, it's your fellow brother who lives out of your country that came to your country because he believes the lies you guys are telling in the internet. He believes the lie that Ajim is selling. All these lies. You see, he said he even blocked his Instagram because he realized that you guys are misrepresenting your country when the truth is different. So if the internet, how do you guys comment with
traffic, the way they drive? Like, it will take a lot to get used to that chaos or that chaotic way of living again. So
it's funny you should mention this because it's funny you should mention this and mention Instagram because just yesterday, I promise you I'm not exaggerating, at most 2 days ago, but I think it was yesterday, I'm reading somebody's post on Instagram who was showing Lagos and said the people here are balling. Don't let them tell you that Lagos and Nigeria are dead. I just came in from abroad and people are having fun. Yeah, it is tough, but they have adjusted. They are living life. In short, it is good.
Well, you want to go adjust to the chaotic life? Why not? You can. Because some people profit.
You see, guys, they are only showing you parts that makes it look nice, makes it look like they're balling, while in reality is they are suffering. If less than 25% of their country owns land and less than 5% actually own the title deeds to those lands, how can you claim that you are bowling? Where are you bowling? If your government can show up at any given time and take their land and do as they please. Imagine the Mkokos or Makokos, whatever they call it. It's not in their villages, it's literally in their capital city of Lagos. But yet they are bowling. Let's continue to listen.
People profit in chaos, right? Yeah. That's where some people make profit. So the thing is, no matter
people profit in chaos. You see, this is what I always say. You see, when you're so used to being fraudsters, you are so used to being corrupt, you are so used to not doing to scams. You need chaos in order for people not to pay attention. Because when there is silence and order, people will see everything that is happening.
In chaos, right?
Yes.
That's where some people make profit. So the thing is, no matter how bad a country or an environment is, some will still find a way to exploit and also make profit. And there are some people that they cannot thrive in a sane and working environment. There are people like that. So people like that, would you want them to come here and...
Did you hear what they say? How can you then expect people like that to come here? I don't know which country they're in, but I'm assuming it's Europe. Can you expect people like that to come here, obey the traffic and the law? They're not going to do that because they are not used to such. Guys, do you know this thing where you take a homeless kid and you bath him and you feed him good food? If you do that to a homeless kid, for a month, you know that there's a chance that kid may die. You are actually advised to slowly introduce them into this clean and new life. So instead of completely cleaning them and completely start giving them nutritious food, you have to gently introduce it to them so that their abdominals, their stomach, their system gets used to this new style. It's the same thing with these people. When they walk into your country out of desperation and everything else, they're literally walking here with the mindset of their country. So when they get here and they realize there are rules and there are laws that you need to follow, which will drag, which will take time, getting South African ID, then finding a job, you actually need to have a critical skill. They realize, no ways, I'm not going through all this. What is the next logical thing? Is to do fraud and crime. Like I said, I'm not the guys, I'm just breaking down the video. I'm not the one speaking. Please don't come after me, Nigerians. Rather come and get educated.
You know, I want to use this opportunity, you understand, to tell my Nigerian brothers they must be ashamed of themselves. All those Nigerian brothers and sisters that are dragging South Africa and comparing South Africa with Nigeria. Comparing South Africa with Nigeria. That is an ignorant. People know the truth. South Africa can never be compared with Nigeria. Tell me one good thing about Nigeria, if not only manpower. Even that manpower is because we are suffering. That's why we are so strong. We are raised in that way because of poverty. Can you compare a rich man child and a poor man child to carry a bag of cement?
Can you compare a rich man's child and a poor man's child to carry a bag of cement? And this is what people don't understand. They call South Africans lazy. They're not lazy. The thing is, like people are actually beginning to realize that South Africa's poverty is literally most of our country's wealth. Like South Africa's middle class is our country's millionaires. South Africa's like lower class, like the squatter camps, is most of our country's middle class. I'm not the one saying this.
Somebody, the father already made everything possible for that person. You expect the person to suffer. Yeah, you Nigerians, you people irritate me. South African government are doing better to compare to Nigeria. What is Nigeria? No good hospital, no good road, nothing, no good water. No respect for any human being. And you people are here making noise on social media, comparing yourself with South Africa. I want to know one thing that Nigeria is better than South Africa, if not only manpower. And even that manpower, like I said, is because we are suffering. That is why we have that kind of power to struggle life. We have been struggling life. And you people have the God to be comparing yourself with South Africa, calling South Africa this, South Africa that. Do you know that your school certificate that is useless in Nigeria is more valuable here?
When he said that school, so the guys in South Africa, a Nigerian in South Africa, he said it. You see that your useless school certificate that you have there in Nigeria, when you bring it to South Africa, it's even more useful. But we don't need you to bring your Nigerian certificate because we don't need your Nigerian intelligence here. That is the problem we are having here. We don't want it. But when you have Nigerians like this who speak the truth,
with that school cert, here they call it matric. With that matric, you get a job that can take care of you. In Nigeria, what can you do with your work? Nothing. And you people are comparing South Africa with Nigeria. What rubbish is that? Here in South Africa, you go to hospital free, nothing to charge. They still feed you. Here they pay their children a grant. What value does Nigeria has? Here, even if I go to the shop, I stand on the queue, the president will come, the president will stand behind me. He wait for his own time.
Facts. And I keep saying this. In Nigeria, if you speak nonsense about politicians now, you go to prison. You see, this is what I keep saying, guys. The freedom that we have here in South Africa is the freedom that the rest of Africa seeks for. But the problem is, instead of admitting it and saying, guys, listen, we suffer, we need to work together. See, Africa united, it's extremely important. But the problem is, how are we going to unite in ignorance? We can't unite if we don't have love for each other or understanding for each other. Guys, I'm gonna play the rest of this video at the end of the show. Go ahead, show the brother some love. Clearly, he has some interesting things to say. I'm a boy, Uncle P. Let me know what you think in the comments below. Peace.
Ordinary on the road, somebody cannot walk peacefully on the road. Soldier, police, everything. What rubbish is that? People should stop that rubbish. Comparing South Africa with Nigeria, rubbish. Come to South Africa, you see their citizens wearing a soldier uniform. Nothing. Nobody embarrasses anybody. You wear uniform, soldier that cannot even stand a criminal intimidating you because you are wearing a soldier uniform. Rubbish country, useless country. You people are comparing South Africa with Nigeria. Please, my South African brother and sister, please, you people should forget these useless Nigerians that don't have common sense. They want to compare you with them, telling you you're lazy. How can you be lazy? Your government is working properly. Why must we go and struggle or suffer? We Nigerians are suffering because our government is useless. You can imagine a South African citizen have every right to decide whether you want to be poor or rich. It's their choice. But in Nigeria, even if we are struggling to be rich, the government will bring you down and you call that place a country. Rubbish place. Man, you Nigeria should get out from my face, man.